What's up guys? Today I'm going to be testing out the Aliexpress Drysuit that I have partially on here. I'm going to take it to my local lake. The temperature outside right now is 39 degrees and the water temperature is 39 degrees and it's raining, so it's going to be a pretty good test here for a canoe race that I'm participating in about a week. That one, typically people get dumped over in a few different spots, so I am concerned about that, and that's kind of what I want to try and mimic, where I'm getting at least up to my neck for a few seconds before the life jacket floats me. At that point, it's probably be within a minute that I'm back to shore to dump my boat out and get back in. So I'm going to try and reproduce that. So underneath the dry suit, because you do need some insulation layers, I have the NRS Expedition Weight, I think it's a John suit it's called. I'll put links in the description. And I'm also going to have on, and that's full shirt, pants is a one-piece thing with a zipper. I also have the NRS Boundary boots that I'm going to wear, and these give me enough height to get in and out from shore to launch my boat in the race. If I do get dumped in though, I imagine I'll have to take them off and dump them out, because even though there's a little rubber seal here, it's going to be on top of a dry suit, so it's not going to be a real seal. And then also have standard life jacket that I'll have as well. And then as an extra insulation layer, just because it's so cold, I do have, let's see, what brand is this? Appalachian Gear Company. It's an Alpaca hoodie, which is another good insulation layer that still insulates once wet. So it is too bad this one has a hood on it, because you can't have a hood with a dry suit. So it's going to be tucked in the back, bunched up, but I don't think it'll be too big of a deal. So with that said, let me finish getting dressed here. I'll drive over to the lake, and we're going to do this real quick. So hopefully, the goal basically is to make sure that the gaskets seal around my neck for at least a short term, that they seal around my wrist hopefully for a longer term, and that the zippers don't leak. So I don't really expect to be 100% dry, but enough that I can continue on with a canoe race and not worry about dying. So let's give this a try. Let's get to the lake and test it out. All right guys, I'm in my trunk now here. I'm gonna loosen up a little here so I can get the top on. Okay, you can see gasket here. It's pretty tight. Pretty tight on the wrist. I think the next step I need to actually get my head on before I do the hands. For that I gotta pull my hat off. It is tight around the neck at first. It is very tight around the neck. Okay, let me get the other hand in. Hopefully I did this in the right order. Yep. Okay, let's do waist belt, waist clip. I think I did that too high. Do want to make sure I can move my legs. Okay, and then the zipper. Okay, zippers all the way. redo the belt. Okay, I'm going to burp it, which just basically is to burp it. I'm going to open up, crouch down, let go of the neck, and stand back up. For the most part, it's suctioned up against me pretty good. Let's do life jacket. Oh, I think I might have brought my smaller one. Nope. Okay, and current state, I've lost my second glove, so I'm just going to try one. These are Cast King Primal. If it doesn't work well, then I will know I don't have to buy more. And if it does work good, then I'll buy another for this race in a week. Okay. Alright guys, I screwed up with audio. I forgot to turn my mic on. So I'm just going to narrate over this, and then don't worry, I actually redo the test afterwards with my mic going and kind of explain what I'm feeling a little bit more. This is sped up footage of about 3 minutes in the water, in and out once just to adjust the camera, it looks like, and then kind of see how it felt. I will say after about the first 20 seconds, I started to then feel the cold pressure on my body. And then after about 30 seconds, I started to feel a little bit of a leak coming in from what felt like one of the two zippers where they meet on the left side of my body. So let me finish up this clip here, and then we'll cut to a retest just to put this to an even longer test in this cold, freezing water. Guys, I just realized I did all that without turning the mic on, so I'm gonna re-go for a dunk just to explain what I'm feeling. So I've got the Drysuit on. I don't think that video footage was ruined. To burp it, open up the seal on the neck, crouch down. I can hear all kinds of air rush out, let it snap back. And then the suit kind of just suctions against your body. So I've already gone in for like probably 2 minutes now. The only spot I feel a little bit of moisture right now is right here and right here on my side. So I think there's a little bit of leakage from a zipper. One or the other, I don't know which one of these two. I've got them pulled as tight as they go though. Let me get this glove back on. Glove does make a big difference on that first round. So we'll call this a follow-up dunk in case I fall in a second time during the canoe race here. So far I don't feel anything. However, last time, after a few seconds, like right now it's starting, I feel water seeping into the boots. So I'm feeling cold pressure against my legs. At this point I'm at the first zipper. I feel more pressure, so I'm going to burp it again. And now I'm inflating. I'm floating too much though. There we go. Really got to burp the suit. So my left hand is freezing, my right hand is pretty comfortable. I just feel slow amount of water seeping in. I've got my neck against it. I don't feel anything seeping in there, but I can't really get myself deep enough to get the neck gasket submerged. Floating too much. Left hand's starting to get real cold, and again, this is the second time going in, so I'm at 3 minutes now on this hand. Okay, I'm starting to feel wet from seepage on my butt and on the front of my thighs. I could definitely feel that my boots have filled up, so I'll need to empty those again. Can't tell if the camera lost me or not. There. Alright, let me empty my glove. That does hold quite a bit of water, but it seems to be warmer water Much quicker than this hand. Undo my life jacket. I'm not freezing cold by any means like I would be if I didn't have a dry suit on. Like not even shivering cold. There's a lot of runoff on this jacket. Let me empty the boots out. An idea of the amount of water here. It is significant. However, it warmed up quick. And I'd imagine if I got back out of the water, back into my boat, I wouldn't be freezing for long. Okay, I'm gonna dry myself off so I can get in the car. All right, let me get home and we'll see how wet I really am. And I would say in total, I probably was in the water for about 3.5 minutes. All right guys, I'm back home. So as I was walking to my car after stopping the recording, I could start feeling a little bit of a drip of water going down my leg from the inside. I feel like there's another puddle in my feet, but I think it's actually in the dry suit, not in the boots, but we'll find out. And then as I was sitting in the car, I could feel like a puddle developing under my butt. So it's definitely wet back there. So let's see how much water's in these boots again. Just from dripping off of me. All right, that was a lot. That's probably what the squish was. I think I'm gonna do the other one, not inside. Not a huge amount, I guess. Okay, let's put the boots on a drying rack. Okay, so let's find out how wet I am. Gotta take the top off first. Not gonna have a microphone for a second. You know, I just realized I could have had the neck gasket thing higher to prevent and cool my neck, keep my neck a little warmer. That's okay though. I think it still would have creeped in through a drainage hole that's on there. So anyway, let's keep going. Okay, the fun part. Jeez. Next fun part is getting arm gaskets off too. Okay. My sock is soaking wet. My other sock is damp. I see wet spot. Let me get my mic back on here. Okay. I've got a wet spot on my shirt here. Oh yeah, my left leg is soaked all the way down. My butt is soaked all on this left side, which is the side with that zip where both zippers meet. So as far as I could tell, there wasn't no puddle to drain out of these feet. Nope. think my socks absorbed it all. Let's see this foot. I'm gonna open up this zipper. I don't think the problem was the groin zipper. I think it was the other zipper. So maybe there's some kind of imperfection there. I'm gonna open this all up so I can dry it out now. I'd say that's a good test of this Drysuit. I don't know if I paid $1,000, would I be dry completely? Or would there still be a slow leak somewhere on it? Oh yeah, the wrists, shirt here, totally dry. So the wrist gaskets, perfection there. I'm pretty sure the neck gasket, every time I dipped in, I didn't feel a thing. So I think the neck gasket was also fully functional. It's just that zipper. So maybe I'll just pay extra attention to that spot on the Drysuit when I suit up for the canoe race, and hopefully it keeps me warm enough and dry enough to finish if I tip. So let me know if you have any questions below, and check out the links for these different things I wore for this testing. Thanks for watching.